Hollywood's golden age sparkled with glamour, but behind the scenes, shadows lurked. Legends were built and immortalized on celluloid, but the machinery that kept it all running was ruthless. Studio fixers, secret deals, and lives broken to protect an image. For every star that ascended, there was a story that had to be silenced. A rumor that threatened to burn the whole glittering facade to the ground. Tonight, we're peeling back the curtain on 4 of the nastiest rumors that shook Tinseltown to its core. These aren't just whispers. They're seismic shocks that reveal the dark underbelly of the Dream Factory. Classic film fans, get ready for a journey into the secrets and scandals of old Hollywood. The brightest lights often cast the darkest shadows. Thelma Todd, nicknamed the Ice Cream Blonde for her radiant beauty and captivating charm, was Hollywood's comedic darling, a shining star in the dazzling world of 1930s cinema. Her effervescent personality and undeniable talent made her a box office draw, beloved by audiences across the nation. She was a star on the rise, her career trajectory pointing straight to the Hollywood stratosphere. Thelma was more than just a pretty face. She possessed a sharp wit and impeccable comedic timing that set her apart from her contemporaries. Beyond the silver screen, Thelma was also a savvy businesswoman with a thriving restaurant in Pacific Palisades that quickly became a hotspot for the Hollywood elite. Thelma Todd's Sidewalk Cafe was more than just a place to eat. It was a social hub, a place to see and be seen. But on December 16, 1935, the bright lights of Thelma's world were tragically extinguished. Her lifeless body was discovered slumped over the wheel of her Lincoln Phaeton convertible, inside a garage just a short distance from her restaurant. The scene was unsettling, the circumstances shrouded in mystery. The official cause of death was ruled as carbon monoxide poisoning, a seemingly straightforward explanation for a tragic end. Accident or suicide, they said, closing the case with a disconcerting lack of thoroughness. The initial investigation seemed to accept the easy answers, overlooking inconsistencies and unanswered questions. But the story, as presented by the authorities, didn't quite add up. Something felt amiss, a nagging sense that the truth was being deliberately obscured. Those who knew Thelma best painted a different picture. Thelma was in high spirits, brimming with enthusiasm for her future, and had exciting plans in the works. Her close friends and confidants vehemently insisted that she wasn't suicidal, that the idea of her taking her own life was simply inconceivable. They described her as a vibrant, optimistic woman with everything to live for. And the accident theory? It, too, felt shaky, riddled with inconsistencies that raised serious doubts. The autopsy revealed troubling details, including unexplained bruises on her body, suggesting a possible struggle. There was also a peculiar mark on her throat, raising the specter of foul play. And, according to some accounts, there was even a possibility of a broken nose, further fueling suspicions of violence. The official autopsy report itself was surprisingly vague, lacking the detailed analysis one would expect in such a high-profile case. Adding to the mystery, there was blood found inside her car, which was casually dismissed as a mere nosebleed, a convenient explanation that failed to satisfy many. Thelma's Cafe was not just a popular eatery, it was a magnet for Hollywood's elite, attracting movie stars, directors, and studio executives. But it also drew the attention of a far more dangerous crowd, the mob, who saw the cafe as a potential gold mine. Rumor had it that the notorious gangster Lucky Luciano, one of the most powerful figures in organized crime, had approached Thelma with a proposition. He wanted to use her restaurant as a discreet front for illegal gambling operations. But Thelma, a woman of strong principles and unwavering resolve, refused to be intimidated. Did that fateful refusal ultimately cost her life? Was she silenced for standing up to the mob? Some whispered that mob enforcers, acting on Luciano's orders, roughed her up in an attempt to force her compliance, and that the situation escalated, spiraling tragically out of control. Others point a finger at her ex-lover, the film director Roland West, a man known for his volatile temper and possessive nature. He was known for his jealousy, a dark undercurrent in their tumultuous relationship. West had a disturbing habit of locking Thelma out of her apartment after heated arguments, leaving her stranded and vulnerable. He even admitted to locking her out on the very night she died, a chilling detail that cast a long shadow of suspicion upon him. Adding another layer of intrigue, witnesses reported seeing a woman matching Thelma's description being driven around in a mysterious sedan on the night of her death, and Thelma's own mother remained steadfast in her conviction that her daughter had been murdered, refusing to accept the official explanation. The initial police investigation was widely criticized as being lackluster and superficial, failing to pursue crucial leads and overlooking key pieces of evidence. Disturbingly, some evidence mysteriously vanished from the crime scene, fueling accusations of a cover-up. And the powerful Hollywood studios, eager to protect their image and avoid negative publicity, had every reason to bury the scandal and prevent the truth from coming out. The garage where Thelma's body was found was remarkably cramped, a tight and confined space that raised questions about the logistics of the scene. It was hard to believe that Thelma, even in the best of circumstances, could have maneuvered her large car into such a tight spot and then exited the vehicle alone. Was the car in fact pushed into the garage after she was already dead, a final act of deception in a carefully orchestrated crime? Thelma's death remains one of Hollywood's most enduring and perplexing mysteries, a cold case that continues to fascinate and intrigue true crime enthusiasts to this day. It serves as a chilling reminder of how unchecked power, consuming jealousy, and insatiable greed could conspire to turn deadly, even in the glamorous world of Hollywood. Her spirit is said to linger at her old cafe, a ghostly presence felt by those who visit, a silent witness to the dark secrets that were never fully revealed, forever trapped within the walls of the once vibrant establishment. Was it the ruthless mob, seeking to control her business and silence her defiance? Or a jealous lover, driven to desperate measures by rage and possessiveness? The truth, it seems, is lost to the shadows of time, and we'll likely never know the full story of what happened to Thelma Todd. Hollywood, ever resilient, moved on, churning out new stars and new stories, quickly forgetting the tragedy that had befallen one of its own. But the story of Thelma Todd, the ice cream blonde, lingers in the collective memory, a haunting reminder of the dark side of fame and fortune, a dark and indelible stain on the glittering facade of the golden age of Hollywood. It's a story of a bright light extinguished far too soon, a laugh silenced forever, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and enduring mystery. Clark Gable, the king of Hollywood, Loretta Young, the image of grace and purity. In 1935 they filmed The Call of the Wild, and a secret affair began. Gable was married, Young was devoutly Catholic, and a scandal would have destroyed them both. When Loretta discovered she was pregnant, she faced a crisis. Abortion was unthinkable, but an illegitimate child would end her career. With her mother's help, Loretta vanished from Hollywood, gave birth in secret, and then staged an elaborate adoption of her own daughter Judy. Judy grew up as Loretta's adopted child, but her resemblance to Gable was unmistakable. Painful surgery was done to pin back her ears, just like her father's. Gable knew about Judy but could never acknowledge her. He visited once, but the truth stayed hidden. Judy's life was marked by confusion and secrecy. Only as an adult did Loretta finally admit the truth. Clark Gable was her father. The story remained hidden until after Loretta's death, when her authorized biography confirmed it. The tale of Loretta Young, Clark Gable, and their secret child is a powerful reminder of the human cost of Hollywood's obsession with image. It's a story of forbidden love, deep conflict, and a lie that shaped 3 lives for decades. Rock Hudson. The name itself conjures images of classic Hollywood glamour. He was the embodiment of Hollywood masculinity, a towering figure with a captivating smile and undeniable charisma. He represented the ideal man for an entire generation. Tall, handsome, the perfect leading man. He effortlessly commanded the screen, starring in a string of successful films that cemented his place as a box office draw. Women adored him, and men wanted to be him. He was the epitome of the all-American hero. But behind the dazzling smile and the confident persona, his stardom was built on a secret, a carefully constructed facade that hid a fundamental truth about his identity. Rock Hudson was gay, a truth he had to conceal to protect his career. In an era when being outed meant career death, when homosexuality was not only stigmatized but also criminalized, Hudson lived a life of constant vigilance. The stakes were incredibly high. Hudson lived in constant fear, knowing that exposure would shatter his carefully crafted image and destroy everything he had worked for. The pressure was immense, a heavy burden he carried every single day. His agent, Henry Wilson, a powerful and often ruthless figure in Hollywood, controlled his image and, more importantly, his secret. Wilson was the gatekeeper, the architect of Hudson's public persona. The studios, complicit in the charade, planted stories about his dates with starlets, orchestrating a series of carefully staged publicity events designed to reinforce the image of a heterosexual heartthrob. All of this was crafting the illusion of a shy bachelor, a man desirable to women but not yet ready to settle down. Magazine covers and gossip columns fueled the fantasy, solidifying Hudson's status as America's most eligible bachelor. In 1955, Confidential magazine, a notorious scandal sheet known for its sensationalist reporting, threatened to expose him, sending shockwaves through Hollywood. Wilson, desperate to protect his star client, sacrificed other clients to protect Rock, offering up scandalous information about them to keep confidential at bay. But the threat lingered, a constant reminder of the precariousness of his situation. He knew that the secret could come out at any moment. The solution, a desperate attempt to quell the rumors and maintain his image, a marriage of convenience to Wilson's secretary Phyllis Gates. The marriage was a miserable performance, a charade played out for the cameras and the public. It was a loveless union built on lies and desperation. It was a doomed endeavor, eventually ending in divorce, leaving both Hudson and Gates scarred by the experience. For decades, Hudson lived a double life, navigating the treacherous waters of Hollywood while concealing his true identity from the world. He was beloved on screen, a romantic icon, but forced to hide his true self, sacrificing personal happiness for professional success. The facade cracked in the 1980s as AIDS swept through the gay community, casting a dark shadow over the lives of countless individuals. Hudson's declining health became public, sparking rumors and speculation about the cause of his illness. And in 1985 the truth was revealed. It was revealed he had AIDS, a diagnosis that sent shockwaves around the world. His diagnosis forced a global conversation about the disease, bringing much-needed attention to a crisis that had been largely ignored. It shattered Hollywood's silence, forcing the entertainment industry to confront the reality of AIDS and its impact on the gay community. Hudson's final act was one of courage, a testament to his strength and resilience in the face of adversity. He was putting a face to AIDS and helping to break the stigma, paving the way for greater understanding and acceptance. He died in October 1985, a tragic loss that resonated deeply with people around the world. His secret finally public, his legacy forever changed, transforming him from a Hollywood icon into a symbol of courage and activism. Rock Hudson's story is a heartbreaking reminder, a poignant illustration of the challenges faced by LGBTQ+ individuals in a less tolerant time. It is a story of the personal cost of prejudice and the power of truth, a legacy that continues to inspire and resonate today. Joan Crawford, movie star, survivor, an icon of Hollywood's golden age. Her name conjures images of glamour, dramatic roles, and a fiercely independent spirit. She captivated audiences with her talent and undeniable screen presence, becoming one of the most celebrated actresses of her time. But behind the carefully constructed image, a more complex and controversial story was brewing. And to the public, a devoted mother to 4 adopted children. Magazine covers showcased a seemingly perfect family, radiating warmth and happiness. Joan Crawford, the doting mother, was a carefully crafted persona, meticulously presented to the world. She seemed to embody the ideal of motherhood, balancing a demanding career with the responsibilities of raising a family. But after her death, her daughter Christina published Mommy Dearest, a shocking tell-all memoir that shattered the carefully constructed facade, painting Joan as a violent, abusive alcoholic. The book depicted a childhood filled with terror, unpredictable rage, and bizarre punishments. It was a portrait of a woman far removed from the glamorous movie star the world knew and loved. The infamous no wire hangers scene became a pop culture touchstone, instantly recognizable and forever associated with Joan Crawford's alleged cruelty, turning Joan from star to monster in the public eye. Her legacy was irrevocably tarnished, replaced by the image of a tyrannical and unstable figure. The public struggled to reconcile the beloved actress with the monstrous mother depicted in the book. Hollywood was divided. The accusations sparked a fierce debate, with many questioning the validity of Christina's claims. Some defended Joan as strict but loving, emphasizing the challenges of raising children in the spotlight. They pointed to the pressures of maintaining a career and a public image in a demanding industry. Others, including Christina's brother and Joan's secretary, supported the claims of abuse, adding fuel to the fire and deepening the controversy. Their testimonies painted a consistent picture of a troubled and often cruel woman. The truth was buried under conflicting testimonies, legal battles, and sensationalized media coverage, and decades of image control. Joan Crawford had carefully cultivated her public persona, making it difficult to discern the reality from the carefully constructed myth. Abuse often happens behind closed doors, hidden within the walls of even the most opulent homes, and Joan was a master at presenting a perfect facade, always impeccably dressed and radiating confidence in public. The pressures of stardom, the constant scrutiny, and the relentless pursuit of fame can take a heavy toll. Possible mental illness and alcoholism may have created a volatile home, contributing to the alleged abuse. The era's standards complicate the story. Societal norms and expectations surrounding parenting were vastly different. What was once seen as discipline is now recognized as abuse. Methods that were once considered acceptable are now understood to be harmful and damaging. The 1981 film adaptation turned Joan into a caricature, exaggerating the already sensationalized claims, blurring the line between tragedy and camp, further distorting the truth and solidifying the monster image in the public consciousness. Ultimately, we may never know the full truth, forever left to grapple with conflicting accounts and unanswered questions. Was Joan a misunderstood mother or a hidden abuser? Was she a victim of her own ambition and the pressures of Hollywood, or a truly monstrous figure? The Mommy Dearest scandal forces us to confront the dark side of fame, the price of ambition, and the complexities of family relationships, and the power of a single narrative to redefine a legacy, forever changing how we perceive a Hollywood icon. Joan Crawford's story is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the brightest stars can have hidden darkness, about the secrets that fester behind Hollywood's most beautiful doors and the enduring power of a mother-daughter relationship, even in its most fractured form. These rumors may never be fully proven, but they remind us that Hollywood's golden age was built on secrets and shadows. The stories of Thelma Todd, Loretta Young, Rock Hudson, and Joan Crawford are more than gossip. They're cautionary tales about the cost of fame. Behind the silver screen, real people lived lives of secrecy and danger. The line between fact and fiction has blurred, leaving us with powerful, unsettling legends. These stars were gods to the public, but mortals bound by secrets and judgment. Their stories remind us that the brightest lights cast the darkest shadows. Which rumor shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories. Until next time, keep questioning the official story.